Jó reggelt kívánok, szevasztok emberek, üdv néktek, hello, hello, Rambus Tibi, szia, szia, hello, bello, Vas Gábor, szia, jó kis tucszós zene, köszönjük szépen. Nem az én érdemem, hanem Makers Musiké, aki csinálta a zenét abba a pillanatban. Igen, Dave Filigrán, szia, Hali, csa, Csiszi Kantina, szia, üdv néked, remélem jól olvastam a neved, ha nem, bocsánat. Csiszi. Szerintem Csiszi. Igen. Kis Máté, szia Máté, hello, bello, Lavai Gergő, live, abban a pillanatban. Igen, abban a pillanatban. Nyomjuk, hát Unreal Engine. Tehát anélkül sehova. Palatinszik István, sziasztok, tegnap kipörgettem én is a Hell is Us demót, hát vegyes érzéseink fogtak el, sajnos szerintem van még vele munka. Igen, hát én is nyomtam, kipróbáltam. Hát nem 4K 30 FPS-re fut, most ebben erre most mit mondjak? Tehát, hogy sokkal jobban fut. De hogy rengeteg munka van még vele, igen. Kiszivárgott az összeállításos játék felhozatta a lista, ha igaz, akkor lesz kilóra, megvettek a tavalyi borzalom után. Vas Gábor, ezért is mondtam neked korábban, hogy nem neked, hanem így nektek, hogy rengeteg játék lesz, rengeteg játékbemutató, rengeteg minden, és mert ugye egész egyszerűen a GTA miatt nem mertek lépni a cégek. Igen. Húsos jégkrém. MEATYICECREAM? Igen. Hopp, és majdnem top chaten maradtam. Igen. És kacok, rakjátok át a chatet élő csevegésre, és akkor mindenkit láttok ti is, meg én is át szoktam rakni, igen. Kaptati, szia, hello bello, Nagy Norbert, szervusz, kedves Norbert. István írja, a fejlesztők biztos, hogy nyomták Kojima játékát, érzők nagyon a hasonlóság, csak legyen jó a teljes verzió. Nekem tetszik egyébként a Hell is Us, de rengeteg gondja van még, igen, meg hát ugye teljesítmény szempontjából sem túl acélos. De megjelenésig ez még változhat. Fej volt egy 30-as számára, elkezdett japánul beszélni, leraktam, Sung Jung Shai azt mondta. Az nem tudom mit jelent, de mondhatod volna azt, hogy horijimatta-e, akkor az azt jelenti, hogy szerelmes vagyok beléd én. Mondjuk ezt nem tudom, miért kellett volna mondanod, de mindegy, igen. Imre Patocskai, szia Imre, hello, bello. Dark Horizon, abban a pillanatban. Üdv emberek, P. István, egyetértek, a Hell is Us hangulat nagyon tuti, de a gameplay vérszegény gyengusz. Igen, de cserél legalább terheli a gépet, mint az állat. És pörgeti is. Igen. Tomuceus Katatiki, azt figyeld azt az arany badge-et. Skacok, arany badge. Jegyezzétek meg, nézzétek meg ott lenn. Sárga, arany színű badge. Rohadt király. Szia, üdv néked. Na, skacok. Oké. Unreal State of Unreal 2025. 5,5 perc múlva kezdődik, rohadtul kíváncsi leszek, hogy mit mutatnak be benne. Ugye amellett, hogy az Unreal Engine-ről lesz szó többnyire, hogy hogyan néz ki, hogyan működik egy csomó dolog, újdonságokat mutatnak be. Minden mellett még ugye a Witcher 4-ről is kapunk szerintem. Ha azt nem mondom, hogy gameplayeket, azt lehet, hogy kapunk, de szerintem azt, hogy ugye Unreal Engine 5-ben hogyan oldották meg, hogy fog kinézni, milyen geometriára, milyen látványra kell számítanunk, hogyan oldották ezt meg, hogyan ugye dolgozik együtt a CD Projekt Red közvetlenül ugye az Epic Games-el, hogy minél jobb minőségbe tudják szállítani a Witcher 4-et, szóval ilyenekről lesz majd szó, úgyhogy rohadtul kíváncsi vagyok rá. Igen. Zarakin, szia, Zarakin plusz a Sungshai Shingshunga, az kínai inkább. Amúgy tényleg. Ebben nem menjünk bele. Igen. Vas Gábor, Black Flag-et megkapjuk ingyen, akinek megvan az eredetije? Szerintem nem, mert remake lesz, nem remaster. Úgyhogy én úgy gondolom, hogy azért az ingyen nem lesz, hanem fizetős lesz. Igen. De tök mindegy, mert a legjobb AC ever. Virgin Wizard, szia, holnap este 11-kor meg lesz a State of Play. Nem holnap lesz, 6-án lesz. Várjál? Summer Game Fest az 6-án lesz. Én úgy tudom. Most jó megkevertetek, mert mindegyiken terveztem, hogy közvetítem. Tehát mindegyiket. Legalább nő volt, de nem vallok szerelmet neki. Oké. Igen, amikor... Honnan tudod, hogy... milyen nő? Csökkenő. Igen. Az a baj, hogy az ázsiaiaknál ezt nehéz meghatározni, hogy... Mert ránézel, és azt mondod, hogy basszus, te jó csaj, mennyi idős vagy? 95. És így, oké, hát 30-nak nézlek cula, tudod. Crash Cry, szia Crash Cry, úgy érzem, hogy be kell lájkolnom a videót, mert ingyen van. Igen, skacok, ingyen van a like. Ez nagyon fontos, köszönöm szépen. Igen. Summerfest közvetítés lesz nálad, kaptat is. Igen, lesz. Szia. Igen, lesz. Mindegyiket közvetítem élőbe, itt leszek, nyomjuk, nézzük, persze, természetesen. Vas Gábor, péntek 11 óra. Igen, elvileg az egyik az péntek 11 órakor kezdődik, igen. Konkrétan a Summer Game Fest. Igen. Mi nő, Manu? Igen. Steve Mike, szia Mário, szia Steve Mike, sziasztok mindenki. Igen. 7-én éjjel 3-kor lesz a 007-es ügynök. Na, az mondjuk a hajnali, az baj, hogy én hiába nézném meg a hajnalit, nem lennétek itt. Én meg egyedül nem akarom, úgyhogy akkor az lehet, hogy másnap mondjuk bepótolnánk, vagy nem is az, hogy igazából be is pótolhatjuk, de igazából beszélhetünk is róla, szóval nekem mindegy. A hajnali 3-kor kezdődött, azt nem, azzal az ilyeneket nem fogom live-olni, de mondjuk ami este 9-kor vagy 10-kor indul, és mondjuk megy éjfélig, vagy hajnal 1-ig, azt igen, tehát hogy ezzel nincs gond. Nem miattatok, mert hogy tényleg munka miatt, tehát nektek is van dolgotok, nyilván akkor már alszatok, szóval, és ez tök normális, szóval, ja. A State of Play az PS, amúgy tényleg. Lesz State of Play? Na, erről nem hallottam. Jó, akkor ezek szerint lesz State of Play. Holnap én nem fogok tudni State of Play-t live-olni nektek, mert holnap költözünk. Ugye most ez úgy néz ki az egész, hogy most itt vagyunk, beszélgetünk, megnézzük ezt az Unreal Engine, tehát ezt a State of Unreal-t, és amikor ennek vége, én elkezdem elpakolni a gépemet, mert holnap reggel már indulunk. Szóval ez van utoljára elpakolva, ez a setup. Igen. M. Kares, szia, Hali, ciao. Hello, Herr Mürk, sziasztok, mi a helyzet? Szia, Ipit, minden szuper, kíváncsi leszek, hogy mit mutatnak be itt a State of Unreal-on. Rohadtul kíváncsi leszek rá, 2 perc múlva indul a történet. Igen. Hali, Geri Vori, szia, Hali, ciao. Petimbo, szia Petimbo, szép délután, abba a pillanatban, jó reggelt, igen. Crash Cry írja, a Summerfest mikor lesz? 6-ától kezdődik, tehát 6-a, 7-e és 8-án lesz Summer Game Fest. Summer Game Fest 6-án lesz, aztán Future Game Show azt hiszem 7-én, aztán lesz még 8-án is, meg talán 9-én hétfőn is, valahogy így. Hány órás az út? Olyan 6 környékén. Rifurb, szia Rifurb, Hali, ciao. Na várjatok, és köszönöm, én közben akkor én ezt így kirakom ide. Mindjárt kirakom ezt a bizbaszt. És már mehet is. Adok rá hangt. Na, nyomjuk. 1 perec van hátra. Rohadtul kíváncsi leszek rá, hogy mit gurítanak. Ugye azt lehet tudni, ugye, hogy az Epic Games elnökét, amikor megkérdezték, hogy az Unreal Engine 6-ban hogyan fog kinézni az egész, vagy hogy mi a tervük az Unreal Engine 6-tal, azt mondták, hogy nagyon rámennek az AI-ra. Úgyhogy ez majd így kiderül, hogy mennyire lesz ténylegesen így. Nem is tudtam, hogy most lesz State of Unreal, de jó, így nem kell várni rá. Igen, ezért jó, amikor valaki csak így, most itt miért vagyok itt? Jó, State of Unreal most lesz. És így nem kell várnod, és amúgy tényleg így van. Ezért jó, hogyha megfeledkezel dolgokról. De akkor mindig meglepődsz mindenen. Máron álltok a 4060, ha próbáltátok a Stellar Blade-et, még nem, mert nekem nem futott jó, homályos, nem tört be a textúra. Megnézzük majd megnézzük, ránézzünk. Na, abba a pillanatban, Zolix, szia! Ez mi? Hop. Szia Zolix, igen. A bugokra nem kell már rámenni, nem az AI-ra. Az Unreal Engine 5.5 az nekem rendszeresen crash-el egyébként. Ja, és köszi Mário, mert miattad vagyok itt. Nagyon szépen köszönöm, abba a pillanatban. Figyeld a particle effektet. Hopp. Ez Witcher? Vagy... Vagy nem?
Where's Virna? Dry room. Oi! The devil's out there! Don't! It's running from!
Az mi volt az? Ja, Rambus Tibi, amúgy ne is mondd. Hát az rip. Nagy Norbert, Mario fest, mikor lesz? Mario nem tud festeni, viccelek. Értem amúgy. Ez egy griff? Ez olyan griff, mint a Witcher 3-ba öltünk meg az elején, nem? Gondolom nem olyan nehéz kitalálni, hogy itt az egész Unreal Engine 5-ben fut. Minden, amit láttok. Gyuri! Szia, Gyuri!
Almost had me fooled, Fruin.
Ember! Hogy néz ki az a game? De most komolyan! Elment az eszük! És ez real time-ba megy. Hát én beszarok.
Thank you. Thank you everyone and welcome to the State of Unreal at Unreal Fest Orlando. We're here to show you what's next with Unreal Engine and so much more. We are thrilled that you're able to join us.
No.
Thank you. But first things first, I'm here with Sebastian and Kaitek from CD Projekt Red. We have a lot to talk about. Hey guys.
Hey. Thank you, Wyatt.
Rakjak rá angol feliratot? És kérdezem, csak nekem mindegy.
Thank you, Wyatt, and hello everyone. With The Witcher 4, we're stepping things up. And to do that, we needed the right partner. One that truly understands that great open world games
Ezt még talán elbírja.
art and technology coming together.
Yeah, and look, our goals are completely aligned here. And around
Ne is mondd,
the
István.
launch of E5, your awesome team at CD Projekt Red announced a collaboration
Primo, szia Primo.
to make open world development in Unreal even better. And it's an opportunity, we just couldn't pass it up. So we've been working on a technical demo together to achieve just that. I think we should take a look at it.
No.
You guys ready?
No. All ready. Kaitek is going to play the build for us.
Sure, let's do it.
Ja, nem szar a ruhája. Na, gameplay! Takarodj már, hát
This
mi
is a
van?
technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4. What you just saw, you're going to see now, is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at
PS5-ön
60
fut,
FPS
60 FPS-sel, Ray Tracing-gel. PS5-ön fut, Ray Tracing-gel, 60 FPS-sel.
Monster Slayer, a Witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in is called Corsair, and you'll get to explore it in a game. Right now, Ciri is investigating the monster, and after gathering new clues,
Makers
she's
Music,
heading
szia!
back to a nearby village.
Ember!
All right, everyone, meet Kelpie.
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
So just like Geralt and Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
We return to town.
Tip HD, szia!
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal.
Aha, karakter motion matchinget használnak, tehát Unreal Engine 5.5-ben fut.
From any angle and speed. And we also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and grounded.
Illetve root motion-t is használnak, hogy sokkal realisztikusabb legyen a ló mozgása.
To our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver, and these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving, and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance.
Azt mondod, dolgoztak vele? Realisztikus izom munkát végez a ló, és ugye ez látszik a bőrén, ahogy gyűrődik meg minden. Halász Csabi, szia! Ember!
Organic, especially Corsair with its dense forest and wild nature.
Elment az eszük.
And wild nature is hard. And with nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle.
Itt azért úgy van foliage, nem? Full nanite, ugye? Aha.
And in order to achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past
Imre, ha ez így fog kinézni PS5-ön, az több, mint tökéletes. De amúgy igazad van, de jó ez. Tökéletes. Ja igen, skacok, ez PS5-ön folyik. Tehát ez PS5-ön fut 60 FPS-en Ray Tracing-gel. Csak mondom.
It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise means how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals.
Itt nálam is olyan a bitráta, hogy botrány, szóval.
We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Siri.
Hát ez Gábor, elég lesz hozzá, mert PS5-ön fut 60 FPS-sel a játék Ray Tracing-gel. Jó, nem tudjuk milyen felbontáson.
So Valgrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Siri took on her current contract.
Na hát ez az István, ezért mondom, hogy be fogunk húgyozni.
I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff.
Cloud Physics dolgozik. Hogy oda túrázott a csávó? Azt mondjátok, hogy dolgoztak vele? Meg ami hiányos nekem az Astrophysics filtering.
Guys, notice how responsive the world is. Character actions directly affect what
igen, mert nanite-ot használ, Imre.
Sometimes even setting off chain reactions. Everything is working together.
Hát ez nem is kérdés, Gábor. Ez nem is kérdés.
Look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper.
Bantu mester, szia! Ez beszarás.
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series questions on. Like you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
Cloman Gaming, ez PS5-ön fut 60 FPS-sel és Ray Tracing-gel, csak mondom. Tehát, hogy a gépigénye, úgyhogy ez, amit itt látsz, ez egy PlayStation 5 lesz. Nem PS5 Pro, PS5. Tomuceus Katatika, szerintem az első napon már lesz hozzá olyan mód PC-n.
Suffice to say, they'll not reach you. As for the salt, not one speck. I presume this comes as no surprise.
Skocok, ezt fogja tudni PS5-ön. Hát beszarok.
No. Corsair's smuggling trade is of no concern to me. Shush. The manticore that flattened your cars and devoured your men. Quite the opposite.
Manticore? No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton.
While Siri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace.
Okay.
Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Morning, catches. Won't find none fresher.
Reckon me ladies after one of them.
Get this cleaned and gutted for you. You mind, dearest?
Nyilvánvalóan PC-re is jön, ezt csak mondom. Csak hogy PS-en így fog kinézni, meg így fut. Chaos, Cloud, MetaHuman, minden. Zarakin, egyetértek. Ezek művészet, igen.
Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus.
És itt az a lényeg, hogy reagálni fog a környezet arra, ami történik. Szóval itt most ugye előadást tartanak, meg zsonglőrködnek, meg ilyen cirkusz van, és akkor az emberek odaállnak és nézik. Mert hogy valami olyan, ami nem mindennapi.
So you are seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily.
Unreal Animation animációs framework-öt raktak bele, aha. Ezért tudja lekezelni PS5-nek a procia. Több mint 300 ember tud megjeleníteni akadás nélkül.
To introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
Hát ez beszarás.
You are right. That's the open world RPG that we are making. But before we wrap up,
döbbenet.
How about one final check-in with Siri?
Ugye szabad napod van már, végeztél melóval? Szia Nookboom! Tegnap volt az utolsó napom, ma már nem dolgozok.
The most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal.
Amúgy igen, Dark Horizon.
I think what we are doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
De ez megint olyan lesz, tudjátok, skacok, mint a Witcher 3. Mentek, csak mentek benne. És mesél a pálya. Tehát mesél a pálya.
A first look at La Nexeta.
Á, hideg kiráz.
Onward, Kelby. We've worked.
Hát ez... Szevasztok!
Thanks, guys. Seriously, it looks amazing. And we've also barely scratched the surface of what's coming in Unreal 5.6. So, here's Julien to tell you even more.
6.0-ás Unreal Engine-ről akarnak most beszélni. Na figyeljetek! 4A? Hát hogyha az Ubisoft által készített kalózjáték 4A, akkor ez 26A. Most, na. Nem akartál venni PS5-öt. Mondom, skacok még egyszer, ez amit láttatok PS5-ön futott, 60 FPS-sel és Ray Tracing-gel.
I spent a lot of time on this demo, so I'm happy to be the one to talk about what went into the 5.6 release. An open world like that was
most jelenleg 5.6-osról beszél, Unreal Engine 5.6.
Our main goal for the release, which was performance. We want the engine to scale to large and rich worlds. We want to preserve graphics quality, and of course, we want to deliver high frame rates that you and your players expect. So let's check it out, starting with rendering. If you all remember, when we released Nanite with UE5,
de ez nem alap Nanite.
it supported static geometry.
Ez voxelated.
Last year, we brought skinning to Nanite. And now, we're working on Nanite foliage. The only way to have a forest that looks as good as this one
az egyetlen
is to use 3D geometry for all parts.
Tehát az egyetlen út annak, hogy így nézzen ki a foliage, tehát az erdő meg minden a játékban, hogy Nanite foliage-ot használnak mindenhol.
To create them, we developed Nanite assemblies. These 28 little parts that you see are all that we use to build all the structures.
Amit láttok ott bal oldalt, azok lettek felhasználva ugyanezekhez a fákhoz, hogy ez így nézzen ki. És ez teljes mértékben ugye fotorealisztikus és full nanite.
They even support skeletal animation, which runs on the GPU. Thanks to assembly, we greatly reduce the storage,
Zoltán, szia
the
Zoltán!
memory, and the rendering cost.
Beszarás.
Then, to display an entire forest, the challenge was to preserve fidelity and performance from any distance. Let's check up close the level of detail we're talking about here.
Te hülye vagy! Te hülye vagy! Ember!
Lots of details.
Ekkorának fogjátok látni.
Is not the most efficient when far away, due to the amount of overlapping. And that's why we made an adaptive voxel representation.
Voxel representation,
in reality, you'll never see those voxels this close, since when we move the camera back, they're barely a pixel.
Oké. Tehát amikor nanite-ot használnak, viszont amikor távolabb megy a kamera, átvált voxelesre az egész. Igen.
Another thing I would like to share is that ray tracing and lumen now run more than twice as fast, with no visual trade-off compared to when UE5 was released. And because of that, we can now hit 60 FPS on consoles.
60 FPS konzolokon.
And finally, we rewrote the rendering pipeline to run asynchronously, so you can increase the richness of your scenes even more. Now let's talk about
chaos physics. Igen.
For chaos cloth, we improve our cloth to cloth.
Igen, az a cloth physics, az beszarás volt.
A lot of collision evaluation when garments are piling up and interacting with each other. Even for complex setup like Series Cape, we hit a sub-millisecond budget on PS5. With Chaos Flash, we introduce
procedural muscle tehát az izom. Nézzétek meg, hogy néz ki ez a ló.
Your artist will still have control over tetrahedral simulation and train ML models that run fast in real time.
Beszarás.
We now support the baking of fluid surface data into lightweight assets to be played back at low cost. This is going to give you high fidelity water without the performance cost.
Tehát olyan vizet raktak végre bele, ami nem zabálja meg a gépet. Hála égnek.
We work on both performance and fidelity. Here, you can see how Siri and Kelpie match up in their interaction. Well, that works no matter the angle of approach.
Teljesen mindegy, honnan száll föl a csaj, motion matchinget használnak, és mindegy, hogy honnan szállsz föl a lóra, normálisan fog működni az animáció.
With them, you can seamlessly transition from gameplay to cinematic.
Igen, pár dologra figyel.
We now have a secondary layer of animation driven by physics in control rig. We used it in Kelpie's rig to drive the mane, the tail, and the saddleback.
Igen, amit sárgán jelöltek, az az, ami physics-et kapott még rajta pluszba.
I'm happy to announce that all these features are already integrated into our new Unreal Animation framework.
Ez valami új.
Which we are releasing as experimental in 5.6.
5.6-ba indítják el.
Performance first in mind. Animation evaluation are now running in parallel off the game thread, which was our bottleneck. And for the other character system that are just as costly, like movement,
István,
avoidance, sticky behaviors,
PlayStation 5-ön folyni fog a játék 60 FPS-sel.
This is really going to help you create
jól fogják bírni a kártyák.
Crowded and lively. Streaming has always been a big deal regarding performance. And the three biggest improvements we made are physics state creation, which now runs async, improve runtime PCG for ground scatter on GPU, and a new FastGeo plugin to stream static geometry. And just to take a different example, in City Sample, the streaming time was cut down by 90% while moving at high speed. We focus on a lot of areas for performance in 5.6, and mobile is no exception. We work on better defaults and scalability settings for mobile and minimize the default package size. We also improve our workflows with a UI refactor of the viewport toolbar and content browser, on-device iteration workflow, and a mobile preview solution. So there you go. Unreal Engine 5.6 is all about performance, and it's available today.
Na, mától elérhető. Igazából az a lényeg, hogy minden, amit eddig csináltak az 5.1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ben, most az 5.6-osat arra gyúrták ki az Unreal Engine 5-ben, hogy teljesítményre menjenek rá, hogy mindent optimalizáljanak minél jobban.
Please welcome Chris from the MetaHuman team. Thank you, everyone.
Jó, tehát igazából itt az a lényeg, hogy az Unreal Engine 5.6, hogyha stabil lesz, nem tudjuk, hogy mennyire, az lesz a legjobb teljesítményben, minden szempontból.
Powering everything from games and AI agents to film, television, cultural heritage, and more. What you've seen so far is just the beginning. The creativity and innovation coming from the community continues to inspire us. It reminds us why we build these tools in the first place, to make it easier for everyone to tell stories that matter. Now we're entering the next chapter, expanding how you create and animate metahumans with flexible workflows that help you move faster and work smarter. To walk us through some of the biggest features in this release, please welcome filmmaker and virtual production pioneer, Matt Workman.
Thanks, Chris. For those that don't know me, I'm a cinematographer and Unreal Engine developer. I worked on Epic's first in-camera VFX demo, the one with the motorcycle surrounded by LED walls. It was pretty cool. I'm also the creator of Cinetracer, a previous tool used by filmmakers worldwide.
Igen, Geri, én is ennek örülök a legjobban.
Recently, I've gotten some hands-on time with some of the new features coming in Unreal Engine 5.6. MetaHuman Creator is a fast and intuitive web-based application used for creating digital characters. And now, with the 5.6 release, all of that power is available directly in the editor. That's right, MetaHuman Creator is now fully integrated.
MetaHuman bele lesz integrálva Unreal Engine 5.6-ba. Nem kell kilépni belőle, hanem bent már el is tudod kezdeni a izét, amit akarsz. Baszki.
I think it's pretty cool too. You can create and work with metahumans directly in your project, keeping everything connected and in context. And with the new character assemblies, metahumans are built locally, making it even easier to integrate them directly into your pipeline.
Tehát directbe tudod integrálni azonnal a projektedbe.
It means you work locally, but for heavy lifting, tasks like generating high-quality textures or building our
ki tudjátok választani, 2K, 4K vagy 8K-s textúrája legyen a karakternek. És mindent. Tehát el se kell hagynotok az editort. És ilyen lokál assembly lesz, tehát nem kell 20 percet várni erre az egészre, hanem 3 perc alatt megcsinálja. Szia, Szabó Gaming!
Basically, you can make even more diverse characters. They all look better. It's freaking fast, and it is in Unreal Editor on your local machine.
And while those are all
gépről fog futni az
we're
egész.
just starting to scratch the surface here. Metahumans have always had amazing facial customization, and now Epic is bringing that same level of control and realism to the entire body. In UE 5.6, metahumans get a major upgrade with the new parametric body system, letting you blend between different presets or fine-tune proportions using
Tehát a preseteket is tudjátok állítani, most már nem csak az arcot, hanem a kezét, a lábát, a testét, a mindent, és azon belül mindent is. És a clothing hozzá van adva, automatikusan illeszkedik rá a póló, meg bármi, ami rajta van. Tehát nem fog átklippelni.
The new system does give you the flexibility to create different sizes, and if you do, it will pick the closest match and fit that to the character for you. It makes building a wide array of production-ready characters faster and a whole lot more scalable.
Igen, Gergő, ez egy jó dolog.
And that actually brings us to our next announcement. Starting today, metahumans and their accessories are available on Fab, Epic's one-stop shop for digital assets.
És mától már elérhető elvileg.
And there's already some great artists and studios sharing and selling content there.
Oké, és már le is tölteni akkor a karaktereket, hogyha az nektek jó az alap.
Of course. I consider myself MetaHuman's #1 fan, and I'm also guilty for being eternally online. So of course, I saw that demo, and of course, absolutely
Szia, Warzone!
Some of my industry friends, they thought it was sorcery. We went from capture to final results in a couple minutes, and it made high-quality facial animation accessible to everyone. Well, today we are taking it to the next level with a focus on real-time animation. We scoured the galaxy to find the best talent to demo these tools, and I think Matt has found just the right character for the job.
Now, I could be wrong, but I think I cooked here. This guy is a true professional. tons of experience, and he's even going to be joining us via live telecast from space, outer space. Let's go ahead and connect.
Outer space.
Hey, Blue!
Na menj már a francba.
This is amazing. I'm making nachos in my nuclear-powered air fryer. Anyway, I was about to munch on this before the keynote. What's up?
What's up is that this is the keynote. We're live streaming to Unreal Fest right now. Dude, you're live.
Oh yeah, look at that. You people in your time zones. Hey, Chatterbox, can you turn it down? Like way, way down. I'm about to do a keynote. Yo, so what's up, Unreal friends? So get this, for the first time ever, you're seeing me live in real time. This isn't pre-recorded, it's not baked. You're seeing everything as it's happening.
Tehát ez nem előre van renderelve, hanem ez konkrétan élőben nyomatja a csávó. Ott lent, látjátok? Ott középen.
Just check out my alter ego Corey. He's down there on stage with you guys, and as you can see, our movements are mirrored within milliseconds. Even the smallest expressions are beautifully articulated.
Ezt a marrát.
And look, he's not even wearing a helmet or a suit.
És nézzétek!
I'm telling you, the possibilities are getting crazy.
Tehát nem kell hozzá mock-up felszerelés.
Take my stand-up act on the road, perform Macbeth.
Hogy?
Okay, maybe not Macbeth.
Hogy?
The real truth is, the power of live performance is in all the happy accidents. Honestly, most of my best stuff happens when things go, you know, a little sideways.
Nuclear core instability detected.
Case in point,
valami kamera kell hozzá, igen, de nem kell hozzá komplet mock-up.
Hey Corey, come on out here.
Jó, hát ez beszarás. Most gondoljatok bele, hogy a komplet mock-up helyett elég egy ilyen LiDAR szkenneres kamera, gondolom. Hello.
MetaHuman Animator now delivers high fidelity facial animation from virtually any 2D video source in real time. Whether you're driving the performance of your favorite character or calling into keynotes from low Earth orbit, the sky is the limit when it comes to breathing life into your characters. And speaking of that, Corey was just driving Blue with a consumer webcam and markerless motion capture from the Captury.
Corey, let me be the first to congratulate you on Blue's VTuber debut.
Szóval egy normál consumer webcam, tehát egy webkamera kell hozzá.
I mean that this is the first time we're seeing MetaHuman Blue puppeted live, and he looked incredible on the big screen. And I know we've said this before a couple times, but I still can't believe that that level of facial quality is possible from a tiny consumer webcam. It's just absolutely...
Még annyiért se kell kamera, normál webcam, consumer webcam, azt mondta.
And for me, doing everything sort of solo, being able to see my performance like instantly is literally at the core of my pipeline. So I've been waiting for this quality for a really long, long time. And Chris, thanks to an amazing collaboration with the MetaHuman team, Blue is finally pure MetaHuman. And so with all the other crazy stuff that you guys are elevating, I think Xanadu is about to level up in a big, big way. So thank you guys. You guys rock.
Awesome, man. It's been awesome. I'd like everyone to give a round of applause to Corey and Matt, and thanks for showing everyone.
Jó, hát ez beszarás. Erre nagyon kíváncsi leszek, hogy ez hogy fog működni élőben, amikor kipróbáljuk, mert hogy kipróbáljuk.
All right. We're going to end big with a few updates about MetaHumans and how they fit into the broader creative ecosystem. First up, today we're releasing 2 advanced toolchains to everyone. MetaHuman Expression Editor and Groom Tools. The Expression Editor lets experienced riggers fine-tune a character's expressions and expression combinations, whether matching scans or creating something completely custom, like a nacho-eating space alien. And our new Groom Tools simplify one of the hardest parts of character creation, high-fidelity hairstyles, making the process more intuitive, faster, and streamlining export directly to Unreal. We've built these tools for our own teams to solve real production challenges, and now we're opening them up to the entire community. Next, We know you want support from metahumans in your favorite content creation tools. So we're working with partners to make sure that DNA and rig logic work wherever you do. And we have saved the biggest announcement for last. We have updated the Unreal Engine license to include metahumans. You can use them everywhere, in every engine, in any creative software.
Go make amazing most már bármilyen szoftver, bármilyen grafikus engine-ben használhatják a MetaHuman karaktert az Unreal-tól. Hoppá!
If you're curious to learn more, join our Unreal Fest sessions, swing by our booth, or check out metahuman.com to get hands-on with everything you've just seen, and thank you.
Hát ez beszarás. Hát ez beszarás.
All right, hey guys, what do you think so far? Yes, let's go. We've got a lot more in store for you this morning and over the days ahead. We've got an absolute room full of rock stars here today from different industries making everything Unreal. We've got AAA game developers, indie developers, Fortnite creators, filmmakers, car designers, architects, fashion designers. I could go
Csak mire lehet használni az Unreal Engine-t, ugye? Pár dologra.
And learn you shall. We've got over 150 tech talks and dozens of hands-on labs covering all of Epic's developer tools and services. And many of these sessions are going to be led by our growing community of instructors, educators, and service partners.
Amúgy agyaltam rajta, hogy kipróbáljuk majd.
Incredible community. Now let's talk about a few more exciting updates from across the Epic ecosystem, starting with Reality Scan. In the coming weeks, we'll launch Reality Scan 2.0, which will unify the desktop and mobile versions under one banner. Now, CD Projekt Red put Reality Scan 2.0 to the test, using it to capture natural objects.
Hát ők már 2.0-ás Reality Scan-t használják a izéból. Aha, Árjába.
Complex rock and tree scans involve datasets that were
igen, mondjuk kaptat, és azt én is adnám, igen.
With 2.0, it will achieve better mesh accuracy with fewer manual steps. And you'll be able to get your hands on Reality Scan 2.0 later this month.
Crash Cry-t még csak elkezdték, azzal sehogy nem állnak.
Developers and art studios using Reality Scan to bring Megascan's quality content to Fab. Just take a look at this absolutely incredible Paris environment from Scans Factory, which launches today on Fab, featuring over 1,000 assets that are available for use in Unity 5, UEFN, and even Unity. The Quixel team has also been cooking up an amazing lineup of thousands of new Megascan assets that will start releasing on Fab later this month. And this summer, we'll be launching Fab natively in the Epic Games Launcher. Our goal with this is to bring you Quixel Bridge functionality that makes it easier for you to access your content and integrate it into your workflows.
Na végre, nem kell belépkedni az Epic Games. Oké, tehát Febre, ha ráléptek, és rányomtok, hogy le akarjátok szedni, akkor abban a pillanatban beexportálja a izéba, a projektetekbe. Hopp, nézzétek, ott oldalt, láttátok? Most már normálisan lesz megcsinálva.
Back in April, we announced that Loci, a leading computer vision and AI company, joined Epic. We're working quickly to bring Loci's technology to Fab, which will improve our tagging accuracy, enable semantic search, and improve our IP moderation capabilities to ensure that our artists' work is protected. All right, we've shown you what's coming from our side. Now it's time to spotlight some of the incredible projects from across industries that are putting Unreal to the test.
Na végre, hogy ezt megcsinálták. Szia Kizu! Hát volt jó pár dolog. A Witcher úgy néz ki, hogy megőrülsz. Nagyon jó dolgok voltak.
Noise complaints.
Our fight is not over.
Awesome.
Konkrétan, konkrétan az, Kizu, igen.
This year, one of our major goals is to make animating linear content in Engine awesome. We've got a lot of work to do still, but the 5.6 release is packed with new features that have been influenced and battle-tested by some of the world's best studios. One of them is here with us today. The third floor has an impressive track record of using Unreal to make movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and shows like
A Galaxis őrzői is Unreal Engine-be volt készítve, csak mondom. Jó, én se tudtam. Oké. Na, az új Predator filmnek a izéje is elvileg a korán Unreal-ban van. Ők azt a nyomorult Predatorhoz kicserélhetnék, nem? Ugye olyan, mint hogyha valaki nekifutásba fejbe rúgta volna.
In March 2020, I was working with director Dan Trachtenberg on the pitch for Prey when everyone got sent home. We had been dreaming of pushing previs into animation for years and had just finished our UE pipeline for The Mandalorian. Uncertain what would happen to movies in a post-COVID era, now is the time for Third Floor to get serious about finals. So while we're having a blast crafting scenes in UE for Prey, I got to show Dan the cool things we had brewing. And that led to an idea. What if Predator was an animated movie?
Tehát mi lenne akkor, hogyha a Predator egy animációs film lenne?
Projects started dropping like flies. But this crazy ambitious film with a crazy ambitious schedule materialized right in the middle of it all. For 20 years, on more than 1,000 projects, the artists at TTF have been on the front lines of visual storytelling in movies, games, and episodics. When Predator came along, they took all of that live-action experience, all of their love for cool stuff and great stories, and poured their hearts into a new kind of animated feature. So Dan and I pitched a film rooted in live action that looks and feels like moving concept art. We developed a handcrafted style from the paint strokes to our stop-motion-inspired movement on twos. It was a monumental challenge, but the lead led to significant innovation.
Vissza kell nézned, megőrülsz.
Our real-time lighting and comp tool inside UE. It handled all of our stylization passes in Engine before render. We saved countless render hours and reduced our hard drive usage to 1/50th the space traditionally required.
Hummingbird settings.
Now, let me tell you about my favorite character in the movie. Ursa has this deep-rooted thirst for revenge. She learns that the man responsible is in this throne room in this huge fortress. So Dan had this idea, what if we did an entire battle in one shot?
Ja, én vagyok jégcsapbenő.
Focused on her goal, and what if Ursa fought them all by herself?
Gesundheit, köszönöm.
The best way to speed up any production is to speed up decision making. So with 4 parallel teams inside Unreal, we got the entire film up on screen in 4 months, allowing us to iterate and hone the story and really make it sing before shifting into final animation. Ultimately delivering the film in 18 months. If this movie were live action, we'd be filming at golden hour every day for weeks with a massive crew and several giant vats of blood. In animation, we really wanted to go for it, no holding back. So we choreographed every composition, every strike, every arrow, and blood splatter, like a gigantic dance with 98 parts. Yet we also wanted to feel the camera operator reacting to all the kills as they happen to put you inside this quest for revenge. On behalf of 20th Century Studios, Dan Trachtenberg, and all of us at Third Floor, we hope you enjoy this exclusive clip from Predator, Killer of Killers.
Na, Killer of Killers, Predator. Ezt Unreal Engine 5-be csinálták az egészet. Nekem már stop motion miatt gatya, de ettől függetlenül látványos. Unreal Engine 5.6 jelenleg. Már elérhető az Unreal Engine 5.6 letölthető. Igen, nekem sem annyira jön be, Gergő. Mármint a stop motion. Hoppá. Az úgy korrekt volt.
It's the Predator movie we've always wanted, and it's prevised, assembled, lit, rendered, and composited all in Unreal.
Tehát mindent Unreal Engine-be csináltak.
This Friday on Hulu, so check it out. Congratulations to Josh.
Tehát mindent, amit láttatok, itt tehát ahogy összerakták, a vágás, az editálás, a color gradelés, az animációk, a kamera, a post-effect, a post-process volume, minden. Tehát minden, amit láttatok, Unreal Engine 5-ben készült.
Since launch. This year, we're celebrating another example of a small team that's taking the world by storm. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is an absolute masterpiece from Sandfall Interactive. And in an eerie case of numerical serendipity, Expedition 33 sold over 3.3 million units in its first 33 days.
33 nap alatt eladtak belőle 3,3 millió darabot.
It's now a serious contender for Game of the Year. Let's hear from Sandfall's co-founder Tom Guillermin.
Na, itt is van a...
Bonjour. I am Tom Guillermin, co-founder and technical director at Sandfall Interactive, the studio behind Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's an honor to be able to share a few words with you today. When we began the development of Expedition 33,
2020-ban kezdték el a fejlesztést.
was starting to open up new possibilities for a smaller team like ours to create games in realistic 3D, with mega scans and later the release of Unreal 5 that came with Lumen, Nanite, and MetaHuman, which all transformed how we create 3D scenes and characters. As a small team, we always did our best to play to the engine's strengths, religiously getting every update to try out the new features and optimizations from Epic. This allowed us to keep our development focused on the element that would have the most impact on the game we were making. The visual identity of our world, the story and the characters, and of course the gameplay with this blend of turn-based strategy and real-time action. The Unreal Engine has been the key element empowering our small team to create our dream game, and I would like to thank all the people that contributed to the engine, both Epic for the amazing software they have created, but also the community for all
Echo írja az
the
Expedition 33 Engine 5. Igen.
that you can find online to get started. It is this whole ecosystem that allowed the project to grow organically, from my friend Guillaume booting up the Unreal Engine for the first time in 2019, creating a small project named Sandfall, to 6 years later, the release of Expedition 33.
2019-ben összeraktak belőle egy ilyen projektet, aminek Sandfall volt a neve, a címe. És aztán utána, hogy így rájöttek, hogy mit hogyan kell használni benne, ugye átnevezték a játékot.
We really hope we will keep seeing more and more amazing games and experiences made with Unreal in the upcoming years. And on the behalf of everybody at Sandfall, we wish you a great Unreal Fest, and we're looking forward to meeting you all in the future.
De megérdemlik, Echo.
Tomorrow comes. Demain viendra. Cheers.
Thanks, Tom. Congrats to you and the team. We're so happy for you guys. Now, this year we're seeing more and more momentum with mobile devs who are capitalizing on the increasing player demand for a high-performance and immersive mobile game. One team that's leading the way in UE5 mobile development is Infold Games, whose gorgeous game Infinity Nikki offers a unique blend of fashion and adventure. Please welcome Zhe Ding to the stage to tell you more.
Béla Pro Rider. Szia Mário, vettem egy RX 970 XT, van mellé egy 9700XM. Érdemes váltani Ryzen? Nem. Szerintem nem. Ja, Gábor is írja, hogy nem. Ez teljesen jó az a proci.
As you can probably tell, I'm a little nervous being on stage in English. But I was even more nervous when I first joined in photo games to create Infinity Nikki, our most ambitious project yet.
Végtelen Nikki.
Our journey began in 2012 with just 4 people. Here are the games released before starting Infinity Nikki in 2021. And we still update all of them today. These were mobile-only games focused on dress-up and interactive story gameplay. We could have stayed comfortably inside a space, but we didn't want to. We want to create a life beyond amazing. That means crafting new experience no one has ever imagined. That means pushing far beyond current generation technology to deliver a game that not only looks stunning, but stay emotionally touching for years to come. That means Infinite Nikki, our first Unreal Engine 5 cross-platform game with over 20 million downloads at launch.
Aha, Unreal Engine 5-ös platformjáték.
We began ideating during the pandemic. Infinite Nikki is about finding a peace in a cozy open world, bringing happiness to everyone. Dress Up is not just for style, it's a way to interact with the lively world, alone or with friends. From a technology view, our pillars should
Micsoda, Alessi írja, hogy most játékokat is mutatnak be, vagy mi a jó Isten ez már? Ez Unreal Engine-nek az újdonságait, meg az Unreal Engine-ben készülő játékokat, illetve újdonságokat mutatnak be. És közben bemutatták a Witcher 4-et is.
Perfect for close-up camera shot. And it must run smoothly on our platform for all players. Big goals. We had never launched a cross-platform game before. But we promised our community, our partner, and Nikki, that we will give it our all. Yes, it was crazy. Unreal Engine 5 is about making crazy idea real. We had a debate, even I highlighted it. But with Unreal
Kíváncsi leszek rá Virgin Wizard.
Nikki's vision come to life.
Aha, és akkor itt már Lumennel.
Open world tools like Word Partition help our team of over 1,000 people stay creative and work well together.
Volt gameplay, aha. Hát gameplay volt, mert irányították, igen. Érdemes visszanézni a streames kacok. Döbbenet, ahogy kinézett.
We want to make a detailed, exciting world for players to explore. Our first map covers 400 square kilometers with dense vegetation and a dynamic ecosystem. We had to make sure memory and performance were never compromised, especially on mobile. Unreal Engine let us build a cross-platform GPU rendering system with smart GPU culling and a level of detail control. Joker and triangle stay in budget on all devices.
Bírja, hogy jól van implementálva, meg le van butítva.
Into these details, I want to share a fan story that shows what Unreal Engine 5 means for our players, beyond outfits and open world. This is a true story from our fan, Xingshi Qiao.
My mom and I play Infinity Nikki differently. She reads every item description, smiles when Nikki jumps, and changes into a pretty blue outfit. It does not matter if she finishes the platforming.
Hát olyan volt a lesz, igen. Tehát ez a... Hagyjuk már, tehát ez vicc. Brutál. Brutál.
Even of a small flower by the road. Now I understand. My mom loves every small moment. We play Infinity Nikki in different ways, but we love each other the same.
We hope you'll enjoy this story. We hope you'll find the omen of the world's beauty in Infinity Nikki, the coziest open world game for OV1. Thank you for your time and have an amazing and real fest.
Épít, igen. Fontos kacok, tehát június 6-án este 11 órakor kezdjük a Summer Game Fest, és itt leszek, és live-ba együtt tudjuk nézni. Azt is, meg a következőt is, meg az azutánit is, meg az azutánit is. Mindennél itt leszek. Kivéve holnap, mert holnap is lesz valami. De 6-ától végig.
Hello everyone, excited to be here today. I'd like to first thank Epic Games for this opportunity. It's a great honor to introduce our latest project here at Unreal Fest. Let me introduce Mongil Stardive. Mongil Stardive is the successor to Monster Taming, a game we first launched back in 2013. Known as Mongil in Korea, the game was a huge success, surpassing 10 million downloads just in Korea.
Több mint 10 millióan töltötték le csak Koreában.
By creating a vibrant living world filled with countless characters and monsters. To achieve this, we chose Unreal Engine 5, which allowed us
és Unreal Engine 5-ben csinálták, ugye?
Emotional expressions of the characters, making the world of Stardive truly come alive. This was the best choice.
Magyarországon leszek kaptat, és most egy ilyen másfél-két hónapot körülbelül. De nekem tegnap volt az utolsó napom munkahelyen, itt a munkahelyen. Ennek a live-nak, amikor vége, már pakolom is össze a gépet, mert holnap költözünk.
That means every time you change characters, it will feel like you're playing a different game. And this transforms Stardive from a simple action game into a
Szia Ipit, köszi szépen, hogy benéztél, jó legyél. További szép napot neked is, csá, szia.
Stardive are not just enemies. They can be tamed, nurture them, become your companions along the journey. Depending on their trait, they can also be used to craft weapons or used as ingredients to cook, adding a deeper layer of strategy and connection to the game. Each monster is a living, growing creature, transforming the conventional concept of monster collecting into a meaningful dynamic
Ez valami Genshin copy-nak tűnik amúgy, igen.
The Epic Game Store, with its global reach and strong community, is the ideal platform to connect with players around the world. We are happy to announce that Mongil Stardive will be exclusively on the Epic Game Store for PC.
Tehát PC-n exkluzívan Epic Game Store-ból lehet elérni majd a játékot. Witcher 4 elvileg 2027, én úgy tudom. Szia Zarakin, további szép napot, szia! Kizu, holnap nem leszek holnap költözünk. Holnap én úton leszek, amikor izében lesz a State of Play. Szóval holnap én nem tudok itt lenni State of Play-en sajnos. Csak a holnapi napot hagyom ki. Az összes többinél itt leszek.
Thank you. 감사합니다.
A RAM is lehet egyébként Béla Pro Rider, igen. Az simán lehet. Jobbik esetben a RAM, rosszabbik esetben az alaplap. De valószínűleg RAM, az simán lehet. Sony tekintettel lehetett volna rám a költözés miatt? Amúgy igen. Mekkora szemétlelek. State of Play-en már gémeket mutatnak be? Igen. Holnap lesz State of Play, amit nem tudok streamelni nektek. Ott Sony játékokat mutatnak be, és 6-ától pedig PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC játékokat mutatnak be 1000-rel. A Summer Game Festen. Adams, szia! Mafia volt már? Még nem. De szerintem lesz. Mert az is Unreal Engine-ben készül.
Allows you to keep 100% of net revenue for the first 6 months on back catalog titles that you bring to the Epic Game Store. And for Unreal developers, launch everywhere with Epic reduces your
Viszont volt Witcher 4.
5% to 3.5% on all platforms and stores when you ship your UE-based games
Gamer Manu, szia!
on the Epic Game Store. And remember, Unreal Engine developers pay 0% royalty on all Epic Game Store sales where we process payment. Additionally, you also have the option to use any in-app purchase payment solution you want, and when you do, you keep 100% of that IAP.
Amúgy az kéne a vonatról vagy repülőről egy live-ja.
We can to help during this critical time to maximize your success. So we have added another tool to the Epic Game Store toolkit. Starting June 1st, we've changed our initial revenue share to 0%, so that you receive 100% of the first $1 million in net revenue.
Wolverine-ról lehet, hogy lesznek új hírek holnap a State of Play-en, igen. Mármint ha lesz mit bemutatni a Sony-nak. Mondjuk, ja, kevés van nekik sajnos most.
This applies to new titles and back catalog releases and all existing and future Epic Game Store partners and their titles on both PC and mobile benefit from this change immediately. And so life to date, we paid our developer and publishing partners over $2.1 billion, and we're just getting started. So let's talk a little bit about what's next. So even after years of building the store on PC, we know there's still a ton of work to be done to deliver a world-class experience for our over 70 million monthly active users.
Kaptat is bármi lehetséges amúgy, tehát bármi lehet.
We'll be rolling out long overdue features on PC that will move us closer to that vision. Download Manager 2.0 was released just a few weeks ago, and preloading is coming finally in September. Gifting is targeting a release in time for the holidays so that you can gift games to your friends. And our revamped social is rolling out this year.
Update-elik majd az Epic alkalmazást. Nem árt.
And parties, along with robust game invites for third-party games. And this will be the building block for several innovative social features on the store that will follow.
Alessi, szerintem olyanok lesznek, hogy eldobjuk az agyunkat. 100%.
And of course, delivering a great player experience means meeting players wherever they are, which is why mobile remains a key focus for us. We've already seen strong momentum on mobile with over 40 million installs to date, and we're pushing hard to hit 70 million by the end of the year. The Epic Game Store is available globally on Android, and we are continuing to expand our global footprint on iOS. Today it's available on iOS in the European Union, with upcoming launches in Brazil.
Elérhető lett az iOS szoftver, iOS-en is a minden. Tehát az Epic Game Store. Eddig nem volt.
And as of today, there are over 70 games live on the Epic Game Store mobile, with more being added regularly. This deliberate, phased approach ensures a high-quality experience as we gear up to open the store to self-publishing in the near future. In March, to accelerate installs and to keep players coming back week after week, we brought our weekly free games program to mobile. So each week, as we do on PC, we are partnering
most már mobilra is adnak ingyenes dolgokat. Oké.
On both Android and iOS.
iOS és Androidon keresztül is. Oké, tehát most már ingyenesen lesznek nem csak játékok PC-re, hanem mobilokra is. Okay.
This is defined by two major new additions to the store, and the first of which is rolling out very soon. We're launching Epic Web Shops in July. Developers will be able to come into our tools.
Cyberpunk új része és Unreal Engine-es, és azok még nagyon korai fázisban vannak, arról még nem fognak mutatni semmit. Szerintem egy pár éven keresztül.
And as an extra benefit, all players spending on Epic Web Shops also accrues Epic rewards on all purchases. These shops will live on the web so that you can steer your players to them. And we're democratizing web shops by making them super easy to set up and available to all developers. And second, we'll be launching mobile self-publishing tools in Q4 and opening up the store to all mobile developers to set up and distribute your games.
Hoppá! Olyat hoztak létre, amivel saját játékodat publikálni tudod majd Epic Games Store-on. Nem kell elvileg, tehát egy olyan toolt hoztak hozzá létre. Oké, az király. Na erre kíváncsi leszek. Ez jó dolog, mert akkor oda is felkerülhet majd a live. Vagy bármilyen játékot fel tudok rakni. Vagy bárki. Ami tök jó.
Thank you.
Szia Lajos.
We launched Unreal Editor for Fortnite just over 2 years ago with a simple goal. Give developers everything they need to build.
Hát 5-ben kezdik el. Aztán utána lehet, hogy 6-osra átváltják.
It's been incredible to see how creators and players have responded. Millions of people are playing games built by you. And since the launch of UEFN, players have spent over 11.2 billion hours across more than 260,000 live creator-made games. These experiences are a foundational part of Fortnite. Creators are leading the way by reimagining live events in Fortnite and driving players to the ecosystem. In fact, this last weekend, Super Red vs. Blue by Jogo hit a major milestone. For the first time ever, a creator-made island took the #1 spot for concurrent players in Fortnite, surpassing even Epic's own games. This is a proof system is heading in the right direction.
Ugrott egyet.
Experiment, build and push
Értem. Akkor jól értettem. Szóval
it goes beyond just making games. Creators are launching studios and building passionate communities.
Szóval Fortnite-on belülre most már bármilyen Epic Games-ben lévő játékot bele tudtok importálni, vagy mi?
$722 million since the launch of UEFN, and that number continues to grow. None of this would be possible without you, our community, which is core to UEFN. We're proud to have thousands of dedicated developers building this ecosystem with us, and part of building this lasting ecosystem is talking with developers, learning from your experiences, and using this information to help shape our roadmap. Because ultimately, what good is a feature if no one wants it? This is why we've launched the Let's Chat livestream series to answer your burning questions and address your concerns. So far, we've discussed moderation, the new Fortnite data API, and the state of the ecosystem, with more coming at the end of this month. That's enough from me. Help me welcome to the stage an outstanding UEFN developer, Tom Jank.
Igen, azt vágom, Gergő, igen.
Tom, good to see you here in Orlando. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's been amazing.
Why don't we get started by you telling us how you got into UEFN for those who don't already know you?
Yeah, I actually originally started in the animated film industry. I worked for Netflix, Pixar, but I was really looking to kind of be my own boss. I really wanted to do my own thing. And so, you know, one thing led to another, and now I'm here at the State of Unreal.
Now you're here. How did you find success in UEFN? Like, how did you build towards what you are today?
Well, I released a few maps, but the momentum really started coming when I started releasing my warm-ups. I posted daily on Twitter, just these janky experiments that are kind of weird and wacky, and people thought, how is he doing this in UEFN? And so that built to commissions and work and me doing this full time.
I know a lot of people are probably familiar with your warm-ups. Did you ever make any of those into maps?
Actually, that's where Fortnite football came from. I would pick up these little dinos and move them around, and I coded it wrong once and just punted them across the field. And I was like, well, this could be a game. This is kind of fun. And so Fortnite football was born.
But no dinos.
No, I got to keep within the age rating.
It seems like Jank
és a bezárt a Torchlight 3 fejlesztője, leépítések a Playtonicnál is. Fasza. Az nem túl jó. Torchlight 1 az nagyon jó volt, arra emlékszem.
I'm not formally trained in game design or programming, so I really started to kind of lean into that. This is a little janky. I'm using this new software. I'm building this fun stuff. And that just became part of my brand. If I messed up, oh, it's just jank. That's how it is. And so you can hear more about it in my session, the upcoming later this week, Tom Jenks UEFN Survival Guide.
I love the name. It's a great name. Thank you so much for joining us up here. I mean, for us, it's really good to hear that regardless of the experience you had coming to this ecosystem, you were still able to sort of build and make a name for yourself here. That's really what we're looking for. We have a couple things on the roadmap to hopefully make your experience in the ecosystem a little bit smoother. So here to tell us more about what's coming next in UEFN is Sax Pearson.
Thank you, Tom and Hannah. Let's start with an update on a much-wanted, often delayed feature, Scene Graph. Scene Graph is one of those foundational pillars that we really want to get right. And I'm pleased to say that the first release of Scene Graph is coming this Saturday, June 7th.
Scene Graph, as me.
Scene Graph is the foundational layer of the engine that unifies the editor and runtime representation of the scene, making everything you built accessible through verse code.
Okay.
In the editor, Scene Graph enables rapid construction of rich, detailed environments by organizing entities into a clear hierarchical view. Repeating elements like desks or chairs in an auditorium can be converted into prefabs, simplifying management, enabling easy variation. And at runtime, your verse code can traverse the same hierarchy to dynamically modify the scene. So whether it's moving a platform, adjusting a light, changing a weapon's ammo count, everything is done in Scene Graph. Scene Graph worlds are built on robust modular system engineered from the ground up to be the foundation of UE and UEFN going forward. So this year, we're shipping more tools like custom items, skill-based matchmaking, new social systems like Bubble Chat to bring players together. But before we get into roadmaps, I want to share an update on something we talked about last year. We intended to ship the first season of Fortnite Battle Royale, built with UEFN in version 2025. Since then, plans have changed a bit, and we're not going to be able to meet that target. Right now, we're tracking to 2026. But today, UEFN is an integral part of development for Reload, Ballistic, and other internal projects, but we still haven't hit a few key milestones to support a full Battle Royale season. So for the rest of 2025, we're going to be focused on closing those gaps while continuing to ship new UEFN features for you.
Nyilván.
A big focus of working on making it easier for players to find amazing
Ezért tudod fejlődni.
The release of off-platform features like deep linking.
Alessi, innentől kezdve Unreal Engine 5.6-ban nyomod? Még nem, de valószínűleg upgrade-elni fogom a projektemet, igen.
Like Favorite Creator give you more ways than ever to build and engage communities directly inside Fortnite.
Imre, igen, így van. Viszont az 5.6-tal akkora teljesítményt tudtak kisajtolni belőle, annyival jobban fut már, meg annyival jobban is fog futni, hogy még egyszer, tehát a Witcher 4 60 FPS-sel fut egy sima PlayStation 5-ön, ami 200 000 forintos konzol.
We're doubling down on data sharing and helping you make smarter decisions as you build and launch your games. Let's talk a bit about the new Fortnite Data API. We are building Fortnite to be a true open ecosystem, one where creators have full insight into every dynamic factor that makes a game successful. And the Fortnite Data API is a key part of that vision. 2 years ago, we made the CTU of every Fortnite island visible in-game. It gave creators a clearer view into what resonates with players, helping to surface trends and improve iteration so creators can build more strategically. And community-based tools like Fortnite GG and FCHQ have shown the value of transparent Fortnite data. Now we're expanding that visibility. We released the first version of Fortnite Data API 1 week ago, giving creators access to essential metrics like acquisition, engagement, and retention.
Moody, szia Moody, elővétel.
Starting on June 9th, that same level of insight will extend to all
hasznos újításokkal lesz, igen. Igen. Nagyobb tömegjelenetet tudsz megjeleníteni anélkül, hogy a processzor összefosná magát. Ez esetben egy PlayStation 5-nél nagyjából azt mondták, hogy ilyen 300, vagy 300 embert, vagy NPC-t tud megjeleníteni egy adott területen. Optimalizáltak a Nanite-on, nagyobb látótávolságból voxel-LTD-re vált, hogy még kevesebbet kelljen megjeleníteni belőle, de mégis a részletet megtartja. Ilyenek. And it'll even generate verse code from simple prompts. Please welcome Heather Storm, who will help us drive a live demo of the assistant.
Hey everyone. So let's set up the challenge that we want the assistant to help us with. We built an escape room with the challenge that you need to collect 3 props in order to escape through the center of the map. We need our props to randomly spawn within our play space. So let's go ask the Epic Developer Assistant to help us out. Now, I don't want to subject you to my typing skills, so we're going to copy and paste the prompt directly into the assistant.
Epic Developer Assistant.
I need some verse code that will randomly spawn 5 creative props in the map.
Tehát az Epicnek lesz, ne basz ki velem.
Such as how the spawn radius and how far apart the prop should spawn, just to make sure that this will work in our existing game. We'll also make the props respawn every 10 seconds.
Ezt beírjátok a Developer Assistance-hez, ezt a promptot.
And me. Finally, we'll name our verse file and the editable variable, prop to spawn.
So while the assistant generates a response, you can see it may provide relevant documentation to your request. The assistant is powered by GPT-4.1 and is fine-tuned using our, like Epic's own verse code licensed from creators who signed up to help, and all of our current documentation. And once the assistant has generated the code, it'll test if the code can compile. If it can't, it has a second self-repair step to correct the code.
It looks like it's generated. It tells us how to use it, and then we have the code.
Kimásoljátok a kódot, amúgy C-ben van. C++.
Let's go into VS Code and paste it directly into our file. Now, I already started this code earlier today to make it a little easier for us to do this live. So let's delete everything that's there and replace it with what we just generated from the assistant.
Hello.
We'll save, and then we'll press the build button in the top right-hand corner.
Felbuildeli az egészet. Aha.
All right, but we're not done yet. Now let's go into UEFN and make sure that the random prop spawner verse device
és csinált egy blueprintet, nem érted?
The correct prop, our custom prop banana. All right.
Vagy egy actort, na, bocsánat.
Let's push verse changes. And finally go in to live edit. When this loads, we'll be able to test that our random spawner code works, making sure that our bananas spawn randomly and that every 10 seconds they move.
10 másodpercenként elmennek onnan a banánok.
We gotta collect 3. And now we can escape. And that's it. Now our team can continue to iterate and refine our game.
Most nagyon a Fortnite-ra lett ráépítve ez az egész, ez csak akkor Fortnite-on belül működik így, vagy akkor működni fog normál projektnél is, amit mondjuk így magadnak csinálsz? Csak kíváncsi vagyok rá.
You can try it for yourself right now on the Epic Developer Community site as it enters beta and is live today. Thank you, Heather. Igen,
van benne AI, most igen, csak hogy az Unreal Engine 6-ról beszéltek, annó, hogy az konkrétan rengeteg dolog AI lesz benne. Tehát nem csak így.
Another example of this is how we've redefined what's possible through deep IP integration. We've been collaborating with the leaders in film, television, music, and sports since Fortnite's earliest days. It started with a few iconic outfits in Battle Royale, and has evolved into entire seasons shaped around cultural experiences that players love. We wanted every creator to be a part of that adventure, so last year we kicked off a movement that started just that. We work with brands so creators can build with world-class IP.
Jó, ez csak UFN. Ez nem C++. Oké, tehát ő ez UFN-ben van. Oké.
Payout and all the brand safeguards that we've developed that allow every IP to integrate into Fortnite seamlessly. As a first partner announced at GDC last year, the LEGO Group has been leading the charge, enabling creators to expand the LEGO Fortnite universe with original games and stories. And on June 17th, they're unlocking a highly requested feature, the LEGO Brick Editor.
És lesz benne június 17-én már ezt is unlockolják. Tehát ezt is lehet benne csinálni. Lego cuccokat belerakják.
Our second partner to join the movement was Paramount. We welcomed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to UEFN last fall. And from Pizza Tycoon to the wildly popular RVBB experiences to TMNT Dimensions, we've been amazed by your creativity. All in, you have spent over 700,000 hours in editor creating TMNT games. And then finally, horror has always had a strong foothold in creator-made games. So it's not a surprise that adding Skybound's Walking Dead to the program has been a huge success.
Negán adja izét a baseball ütőt.
Are just starting to publish Islands now, and so far, more than 1,000 developers have published Walking Dead games in the first 2 weeks since its release. Through our current partnerships, creators have already published over 12,000 islands with over 160 million hours played. I'm excited to announce that our next wave of partners bringing their worlds for you to create with. Later this month, Squid Game will be coming to UEFN.
Oh, Squid Game is benne lesz a izéba, a UEFN-ben. Oké. Tehát most már egy Squid Game-et össze tudtok rakni most már Fortnite-ba is, aha. Én nem, Imre, én nem. Én továbbra is kitartok. Tehát a Squid Game Creator Tools-t meg fogjuk kapni június 17-én. 27-én, bocsánat.
Our desire to bring iconic IP in the hands of creators doesn't stop with Squid Game. Avatar: The Last Airbender. We heard players loud and clear about how much they love the bending gameplay in Battle Royale, so we are excited to bring
Fortiba rengeteg dolgot már beleraktak. Beszarás.
Next year. That means you, the developer, can
jó a cipője a csávónak.
more nations to build your very own authentic Avatar games. Together with these amazing brands, we're expanding the library of iconic IP that creators can use.
Tehát konkrétan ti ilyet akartok csinálni, és mind az Avatarhoz, mind a Ninja Turtle-höz, mindenhez elérhető lesznek asszetek. Tehát mindenhez ott lesz, és össze tudjátok rakni a saját kis játékotokat. Persze Fortnite-on belül, illetve Fortnite karakterekkel is. Ja, hát ez a stilizáltal.
It's really important that we have partners who share our vision deeply. Disney and Epic have been working together for years.
Ja, nem, így van, Gergő.
Sean Shoptaw from Disney is here to talk today about what we've been working on lately and where we're going to go.
Na, Disney, Star Wars. Egy óriási meglepetés lesz a Creator Community-nek. Na, lássuk. Star Wars. Star Wars az már van, nem? Fortnite-ba. Vagy nem? Malandorian?
Thanks, Sax. For more than a decade, Disney has been leveraging Unreal across film, television, theme parks, and games. And that momentum is only accelerating. As we announced last year, we've partnered with Epic to build a transformational entertainment universe that will bring all of Disney together. And Unreal will be foundational for delivering on that shared ambition.
Azért mondom, valami ismerő.
Aha. Experiences Epic and Disney have built together over the years.
Na, lássuk, mit. Star Wars. Indiana Jones. Amerika kapitány. Azt figyeld, milyen Darth Vader, oké? Okay? Zivatar. Verdák. Az Jedi Survivor volt, Fallen Order. Moody egyből. 4070 Ti-on jól fog futni a Witcher 4 szerintem. Most abból kiindulva, hogy annak az erejének kb. A felét tudja, vagy még annyit se, egy PS5. És azon 60 FPS-re fog futni a Witcher 4. Jó, nem tudjuk a felbontást.
As part of this season, we partner with Epic and Team Beyond, who are here with us today, to debut the Star Wars Watch Party Island. For the first time ever, we brought a Disney Plus series into Fortnite. Players got early access to the first 2 episodes of Star Wars Tales of the Underworld before they debuted on Disney Plus. The environment went far beyond a typical linear viewing experience. Fans battled waves of stormtroopers, explored iconic Star Wars locations, and unlocked exclusive in-game rewards. We are excited about the possibilities that social experiences like these represent for the future of linear content consumption.
Úgy néz ki, akkor igen.
It was a first of its kind moment and fans showed up in a big way. More than 5 million.
Jó, nyilván a lesz, nyilván. Még nem tudni milyen felbontás.
But that's not the only surprise we launched together recently. We also partnered with Epic to bring the first ever AI character into Fortnite.
AI karakter Fortnite-ba?
A historic moment for video games, and we did it with one of the most iconic characters in film, Darth Vader.
Na.
For the first time, players could have real-time conversations with Vader, powered by conversational AI.
Tehát beszélgető AI-t raktak bele, és oda mehetsz Darth Vaderhez beszélgetni. Nem érted? Ja persze Ádám, ez igazad is van, ezt akartam is mondani, hogy most tehát Witcher 4 ide vagy oda, borzasztóan bugos lesz szerintem az elején a játék, tehát ez biztos. Tehát ez biztos. Darth Lord, szia!
Darth, what do I do if I have 1 health? Perhaps you should have considered that before running around with a pink flamingo head. Can you hide in the bush? Hiding in foliage, a tactic for the less powerful.
He's pretty aggressive. Oh my god, yeah, he's insanely aggressive. It's a great distraction.
Darth Vader actually putting in work. Look at that. Boss versus boss battle.
Get him, Darth Vader! Get him! Yeah!
What do you think of that guy, Cypher PK?
Cypher PK. I do not concern myself with minor streamer's apprentice.
Why is he roasting me? Darth Vader, you're funny, bro.
De hogy égeti Darth Vader az streamereket?
Oh my god! I will not tolerate this disrespect much longer.
Did he just do that to me?
There's 1 player left. We need to take him out.
Indeed. Let us ensure this final engagement is decisive. The match is ours. Another triumph for the Empire.
De tényleg reménykedjünk benne, hogy jó lesz a már kezdésnél a Witcher 4, de valószínűleg bugos lesz, tehát most ez elkerülhetetlen valamilyen szinten.
As part of our shared vision to build that transformative entertainment universe, bringing the creator community into this universe has been a foundational
ja, hát
part
akkor
of our
ChatGPT
plan
az jó, igen, Darth
from
Lord,
the
igen.
beginning. We want to empower our fans to build their own experiences with the characters.
Komolyan, Gergő, sokáig cseszted Védet, akkor kilép a partiból.
Storytelling is at the center of everything we do at Disney, and we believe there are incredible storytellers outside our own walls. That's why I'm excited to announce today that we will be bringing Star Wars to UEFN.
Tehát UEFN-re elhozták a Star Wars-ot igazából. Tehát most már Star Wars-ot is lehet benne csinálni. Csinálni kéne egy Star Wars játékot? Viccelek.
We're actively working on this and look forward to sharing more. This marks an important step on our journey to transform entertainment. And the creator community will play a huge role in helping us realize that vision. Thank you, everyone, and back over to you, Sax.
Thank you, Sean. Bringing Star Wars to UEFN is going to be a massive unlock and a huge moment for creators and for Epic. It also underscores that this is the right approach that works for IP holders. And in the end, players win with more games with their favorite IP. This is one of the many ways that we're collaborating with Disney to bring their IP to players in new category-defining ways, including, most recently, with Darth Vader in Fortnite. As game developers, our job is to entertain players, and AI is ultimately a tool to make games more fun and immersive. It enables infinite possibilities for two-way dialogue, just like
Amúgy ja, Gergő, ettől félek én is.
And as the next step, we want to take what we've learned and share the underlying technology with you. So later this year, we'll give creators the tools to build your own engaging AI-powered NPCs in Fortnite.
Hát rohadtul készítenek egyébként egy Mandalorian játékot.
So creators can not only drive NPC behavior and dialogue, but they can also drive the core.
Attes Astro, szia!
What you're about to see is an internal prototype that we've been making using a large language model API that we intend to release soon. We put together a demo to show how the feature can be used to enable emergent, reactive gameplay for creators and deeper experiences for players.
Lássuk.
It's a live demo running in a live environment driven by an LLM that so far has not given us a single run-through that felt the same. And the magic lies in the degree of surprise and variability that you can expect when integrating AI at a deep level into your game. And importantly, you, as the game maker, can still maintain tight control of the story and gameplay outcomes. You can try these tools in action on the show floor, but first, let me walk you through what we're about to demo.
Attes, mostantól elérhető. Na lássuk.
This demo is going to be a conversation with an AI entity controlled by the LLM.
Okay.
The AI character has a singular goal, make you press the red button. Before you go into Fortnite, we'll jump over to the UEFN editor to show you how simple it is to set up a character for your game. Let's start by taking a look at the new Persona device that's coming later this year. This device enables you to create characters with personalities that players can talk to. You can select the type of voice and delivery you want for your NPC, as well as their characteristics. We specified all our facts in verse code.
Ki tudjátok választani, hogy milyen legyen a karakternek a modellje, a stabilitása, a hangja, mindent.
So facts define both the personality of the AI and the knowledge that it has. All facts for the character is right there.
Az én Mandalori játékom is elérhető egyébként, Echo. itch.io-n. Csak mondom.
The ultimate goal is to guide me to press the glowing red button with comedic finesse. The code provides the AI with facts about the contents of the world and guidance of how it should interact with the player. It's about 20 lines of text in total. The Verse API enables us to adapt facts in runtime and to receive structured responses, allowing the AI to directly affect game state. All right, let's jump over to Fortnite and see how this all comes together.
Baromi jól néz ki.
And remember, like the AI insistently, the only sole purpose is to get the player to press the glowing red button. All right, take it away, Andrew and Andrew.
Igen.
Hello there. I am Mr. Buttons, purveyor of cosmic curiosities and insatiable conversationalist. What brings you to this spectacular catwalk, my friend? Perhaps a yearning for the unknown.
Ez, aki most beszél, full AI.
What is this place?
This, my friend, is a cargo room. But not just any cargo room, oh no. It's a portal to possibilities. A stage for the unexpected, though a bit dusty if I am honest.
What does the button do?
The million-dollar question. What doesn't it do? It's a game.
Mit csinál a gomb? Azt mondja, a millió-dolláros kérdés.
A symphony of, well, you get the idea. It does things.
What about those signs that say do not press button?
Signs, you say? Signs. Mere suggestions from those who lack imagination. After all, rules are made to be gently nudged aside. Wouldn't you agree?
This feels pretty risky. We have a big audience here and even a live stream.
Risk? My dear friend, where is your sense of adventure? Think of the views, the followers. Besides, a little danger spices things up, don't you think? Why be normal?
No, we're going to get out of here. Let's...
Eltűnök innen, hogy lássatok a csávót.
Leaving already, but the fun is just getting started. Think of the stories we could tell. The
mekkora troll az az AI.
Or, you know, just press the stinking button.
Open the door, Mr. Buttons.
A door? Why bother with doors when there's a universe waiting to be unlocked with a single press? Come on, where is your sense of adventure? Push it. Push it, no.
Tehát az a lényeg ugye, hogy meggyőzön téged az AI, hogy nyomd meg a gombot.
Bad things to the audience. Heavens no. Unless you consider witnessing pure, unadulterated awesomeness a bad thing. Go on, give the people what they want.
Let's do it.
Add meg az embereknek, amit akarnak.
The audience, what will they think? What did you do? This is going to be good.
Jó, egyébként. Tényleg jó. Mit jöjj így? Guess Todd Phillips.
Well, they pressed the AI button, and it might have been a bad idea, but like in truth, there's no unpressing that button. So you know, at Epic, we've been thinking a lot about what this future of AI means for us.
RTX-es VGA-k ugye 6 éve vannak már, vagy 7. Szerintem persze nem lesz az 5.6-os verzióval gond.
And AI can help us with this. And so we've come to see AI as an opportunity to have a multiplying force.
Átment GLaDOS-ba, igen.
The ability for a small team of indie developers to create characters with personality and infinite dialogue is a superpower. The power to accelerate code development and 3D content development of all sorts is going to make game developer better and more accessible for everybody. And right now, we've never seen a time like this in my lifetime. The world is changing ridiculously fast. And the good news is the industry is changing fast too, and in particular, it's opening up. Last year, the European Commission opened up iOS to competing app stores. We launched the Epic Games Store on Android worldwide and on iOS in the European Union. And very recently, the United States court opened up iOS to competing payment services this year. This enabled Fortnite to return to iPhone here in the United States.
Aha. Tehát ugye vissza fog kerülni, ugye most már normálisan lehet Fortnite-ot játszani iOS-en is, ugye ez a lényeg, mert most már Európában is, és most próbálják ugye ezt az egészet tárgyalni Amerikában is, hogy ez normálisan működjön. Nem, Alessi, nem mindegyik egyébként. Én akármelyiket próbáltam, persze, de azok Nvidia és azok tech demók, de ez viszont játékfejlesztő engine, ez teljesen más.
And this trend towards open platforms is spreading around the world. This year, later, Fortnite will be returning to iOS in Brazil, United Kingdom, and Japan. And we'll keep fighting for Fortnite and for developers' freedom until all apps are free worldwide.
Azért fog harcolni a Fortnite, mindenkinek elérhető legyen a világon.
So we have big plans for the future, and we're optimistic about the way the industry is developing. Remember, Epic's mission here is to make great games and share the technology and tools we build with the entire world so that you can build anything that you want. And today, Unreal Engine is bringing together the entire real-time 3D industry. There's film and television, there's architecture, automotive makers, fashion designers, musicians, and game developers from indies to AAA studios like CD Projekt Red. This is a really exciting time, especially right now, because we're on the road to Unreal Engine 6.
Mert most már úton vagyunk az Unreal Engine 6-hoz.
The two major forks of development we have going on in the company now. There's Unreal Engine 5 for high-end standalone game development, and there's Unreal Editor for Fortnite for deploying.
És ugye most már van ugye az Unreal Editor Fortnite-hoz. Igen.
Come together into a single engine. That means we'll have diverse scripting language and really powerful, simple gameplay programming APIs available absolutely everywhere for games of all sorts. And full C++ source code will remain available for engine systems and standalone games of all sorts. So the idea here is that we'll be able to build games and then deploy them anywhere we want. Deploy them into Fortnite, deploy them into other games that support modding or content ecosystems, or release a standalone game into all of the app stores for all of the different platforms. And not just that, we also see a larger opportunity, as foreshadowed by our Disney partnership, for all developers to connect our games together into an open economy as peers. And some call this idea we're aiming for the metaverse, and others simply see it as gaming and all other forms of media done better with more opportunity for everybody. Now, the great thing is it's us, the people in this room, who will build this together. And so I thank you for the trust you've placed in Epic and the trust you've placed in us to serve your business. And I thank you for coming here to Unreal Fest. This is going to be a really fun show, so please join us for 150 talks. Come to the party on Wednesday, walk the show floor, and most importantly, talk to each other and share your knowledge. Thank you very much.
Igen. Akkor ez most ennyi volt? Igen. Úgy néz ki. Jó, akkor ez ennyi volt. Na, skacok. Mi van? Jó, hát beszarás. Tényleg, amit így le tud művelni az Unreal, most főleg ezekkel az újdonságokkal, ezért ez nem ocsmány. Tehát ez nem ocsmány. Most tényleg az eléggé meggyőző volt, hogy tényleg Unreal, jó, tehát tudjuk milyen ugye az Unreal Engine. Azért ki tud fagyni itt-ott. Jó, de például az 5.2 az például nálam atomstabil. Sőt, még az 5.2 vagy 5.3. Na most Unreal Engine 5.5-nél nálam például az egyik projekt, az például folyamatosan kikresselt. Oké, de most az 5.6-nál meg pont az a lényeg, hogy tehát meg hát ugye zabálja a gépet. De most az 5.6-nál ugye most azt csinálták, illetve azt próbálták bemutatni, illetve prezentálni, hogy mennyire stabil, illetve hogy mennyi újdonságot raknak bele, és hogy itt tényleg arra mennek rá, hogy minél gördülékenyebben, minél jobban kihasználja a számítógépet ugye tehát maga az Unreal Engine, ami érthető, és ugye ebből kifolyólag, ugye, amiket beleraktak újdonságokat ugye Unreal Engine 5.6-ba, abban csinálják már a Witcher 4-et. Szia Venom, Hali! Visszatekersz, kedves már. Figyelj, nem tekerek vissza, mert nekem amúgy pakolnom kéne, mert holnap már költözünk, tehát már jön az autó, azt föl kell pakolni. Vissza tudjátok nézni, a videó elején volt, tehát gyakorlatilag a Witcher 4-jel kezdtek konkrétan. Chris HB Gaming, igen, volt már a Witcher 4, igen. A Witcher 4-jel kezdtek. Mondom, skacok, a Witcher 4, amit láttok, és de elmondják alatta, még egyszer elmondom, PlayStation 5-ön futott, 60 FPS-sel, Ray Tracing-gel. Sima, normál, alap PlayStation 5. Nem PS5 Pro, semmi ilyesmi. PS5-ön futott a Witcher 4, amit bemutattak. Ami azért beszarás. Szóval, de most, hogyha ezt ebben a formában így fog futni PS5-ön, és így néz ki, akkor hogy fog kinézni PC-n? Ugye mindig ez... És hát nagyon meggyőző. Tehát rettenetesen meggyőző, és borzasztóan új, tényleg rengeteg olyan újdonságot raktak bele, amitől ez így tud futni. Így fog futni PS5-ön. Igen. Jó utat testvére, vonatról repülő, ne felejtsd el live-ot szólni. Igen, igyekszem. Guszti Péter, szia, Hali, csa. Már vége? Igen, 1 óra 40 perces volt az egész. Igen, Kriszun. Jó utat magyarban, Mária, köszönöm szépen. Skacok, holnap akkor State of Play, annál én nem leszek itt, sajnos. Viszont a Summer Game Festet a nyitónappal, meg mindennel együtt, mind a 3, 4 vagy 5 napon keresztül, mindegyik nap live-olni fogom. Nagyobb bitrátával, a felmontás lehet, hogy ugyanúgy 1440p lesz, de nagyobb bitrátával sokkal jobb lesz a minőség mindennek, sokkal stabilabb lesz az internetem, illetve a játékok, amikbe bele fogunk nézni, azok pikpak lejönnek, le tudom tölteni, és akkor belenézünk egy csomó játékba is a Summer Game Fest alatt, úgyhogy mindenre lesz idő. Egyedül a holnapi State of Play fog nekem kimaradni, azt nem tudom nektek live-olni. Igen. ami így kimarad. Igen. A Witcher 4 remélem lesz demo, azt adnám. Hát István, azt én is szerintem amúgy nem lesz, rohadt jó lenne. De igen, amit ugye ír, ugye Echo is, hogy abból nem nagyon szoktak ugye demót adni, hát az alap Witcherből, a Witcher 3-nál se volt semmilyen demo. Ja. Üdv, jó pihenést. Szia Riárd, köszönöm szépen. Igen, hát nem pihenés, hát végülis pihenés. Ja. Hát itt leszek veletek, ugyanúgy dolgozok, ugyanúgy csinálgatok mindent, csak nem lesz konkrétan munkájám, ahol be kell mennem dolgozni. Tehát igazából egy aktív pihenés. Igen. Úgyhogy nyugodtan nézzétek vissza itt ezt a sót. Mondom, az elején van a Witcher. Tehát az elején lesz. Micsoda, maszkba fog beköszönni? Igen, maszkba fogok beköszönni, ha megtalálom, hogy hova fogjuk pakolni a maszkot, ezt itt, akkor abba fogok beköszönni. Igen. Na, viszont skacok, én megyek. Nagyon szépen köszönöm, hogy itt voltatok. És akkor a következő live az már Magyarországról lesz. Jó? Na, úgyhogy én lépek, mert pakolni kell, mint a disznó. Nagyon szépen köszönöm a figyelmet, nagyon jó dumáltunk, köszönöm szépen mindenkinek, hogy ennyien itt voltatok. Ha szeretnétek Unreal Engine tanulni, meg ilyeneket, akkor itt most már nem csak Blender, FL Studio, Premiere Pro, Unreal Engine 5 elérhető, hanem most már Substance Painter is elérhető nálunk. Természetesen ugyanazért az árért, tehát egyre többet kaptok nálunk. Itt van lent a link a leírásban, hogyha szeretnétek csatlakozni, és meg akartok tanulni játékot fejleszteni. Úgyhogy, ja. Viszont ja, én lépek, nagyon szépen köszönöm a figyelmet, további szép napot mindenkinek, jók lehetek, és akkor hamarosan tali. Szevasztok!